Hey guys, it's Shane from Inception Closer, and in today's video I'm just giving you a little bit of an update as to what's going on. Yesterday I made 30 phone calls and had 2 triages, which is basically 2 15-minute phone calls to qualify people that are interested in what we have in regards to lead generation for LinkedIn. So that's been fun. I really enjoy doing triages. Again, the idea is not to solve their problem on the phone, but it's actually to see if they have a problem and then move them over to the sales team, which is what I did yesterday. And I just had a message this morning from someone in Beijing that is interested in chatting this morning. It's about just after 4 o'clock. It's almost 5 o'clock now. So they wanted to chat. I think it was 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Beijing time, which is 4 a.m. my time, mountain, between 4 and 6 o'clock in the morning. So I sent them a message. So what I kind of do as well is HubSpot is a little bit slow. It's a bit of a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. Compared to close.io, where you can just, here's your list and you can just bang off calls. So what I've had to do was, when you're in HubSpot, I have tasks. So when you finish a task, you just hit complete and next and sign a new task, so that they don't drop off the planet. But I also use a spreadsheet as well, an Excel spreadsheet. It's in Google Docs, I guess, and it's a live spreadsheet. So whatever updates I put in there, the whole team can see it as well, and they can see that I'm working on it, or vice versa. If someone else has called that company, that person, I can see the notes as well. So that's kind of cool. I like that. But you have to be really organized, is what I'm finding right now. It's really organized, because we use a Slack channel, and leads are pouring in every single day. It is insane how many leads this company has, just daily. So it's another world. It's a whole nother world. So when you talk about inbound closing, which what this whole channel is about, I don't have time to cold call people, because leads are pouring in every day, and they're like, I want to talk to someone on the phone, I want to book a Zoom call, let's chat in the next week or so, next 2 days, 3 days. Those are the messages coming in. I want to talk to someone. It's a different world than cold calling someone and they don't know who you are and they don't have time for you. So that's the world of inbound closing, and I like that. But the biggest thing, you got to be super uber organized. So I also work with a couple of VAs as well. Basically, if they're getting a message from someone and they're not quite sure exactly how to word it, then what I'll do is I'll create an email template and I'll send it to them, and I'm like, send it something like this, and then they'll make it all professional and then fire it off, which is great. I think that's awesome. My emails aren't the best. It's pretty choppy, pretty to the point, and some of these virtual assistants in general, they just know how to sweeten things up, make things look really professional. And if I'm on the phone, I don't always have time to create a correspondence for emails and all this. So what I've been doing is, each time I write an email, I'll save that, create basically a document for that with a spreadsheet with all my email templates. And then I also have the templates that the company also created as well, with links, booking links, because that is very important, to be able to sync up your calendar with the company calendar, and using universal links for all the sales guys. Plus I have my own universal link as well. So in my correspondence, I'll basically send them an email and say, here's my booking link for 15 minutes. pick a time that works best for you, and then it gets sent to my calendar. Then I don't have to worry about it. I can just open up my calendar and go, okay, I have a couple of triages here. I have some follow-ups. So in HubSpot, you have tasks every day. And it's getting, the first day I think I had like 60 tasks, 60 companies to follow up on. So these guys are busy. Busy. So it's going good. And the idea, of course, of me being on this account is to build up volume. What do I mean by that? I mean getting on the phone and being able to, right now I'm ramping up to 30 dials. So my goal is to beat the 30 dials at least by a few calls each day. And then that way, you know, once you get to a point where you're up to, like, let's just say 100 calls a day, I think that's a good benchmark for me to try and hit that, because there's so many other moving parts going on as well. But right now, like today, my goal would be to get up to like at least 30 calls, maybe even 40, 45 calls. And then maybe tomorrow, see if I can get up to 60 calls. And then Friday, maybe 60 or 70. But I think anything above 30 is decent. If you can get to 100 calls, that's amazing. And I think that'll happen, because what happens after a while is you have so many leads in your pipeline, especially if they're on a spreadsheet, and because you've called them 2, 3, 4 days ago, you now have all the information all populated and everything. So you just basically have a task, and it's just like, okay, call this person. And because I have a US number as well, I use an app called Just App, and hopefully this video helps, you know, people that are wanting to become an inbound closer. But I use an app called Just Call, and I bought a US number, so I make it look like I'm calling from the US. Now, there's a debate going on whether or not I can just use my Canadian number and reach out to Americans. There's a debate, because sometimes they won't pick up a Canadian number. Kind of like me, sometimes if I see a number from Texas, I don't always pick up, but usually you know the reason why somebody's calling from Texas, California, whatever kind of thing. But if it's from Quebec in Canada, usually it's a sales call from some unknown company or whatever. For some reason, people in India pick Quebec as a number to purchase to call Canadians, and that doesn't always work in Canada. They should pick an Alberta number, and some of them have, because then it's like, oh, this is a local, this is someone from Alberta. I tried to get a Seattle number, because, you know, maybe one day I'll move to Seattle or something, or, you know, live there for a little bit and then come back to Canada. Love Seattle. But the numbers that I tried to pick on Just Call weren't available. So those are some of the things that I have to deal with on a daily basis. People that are wanting to talk pretty much anytime during the day. Could be 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, could be in the evening, could be in the afternoon, whatever. And I try and set aside a 4-hour block of when I'm doing some correspondence with, mostly trying, probably 80% of my time is jumping on the phone. Because you can get eaten up alive with email correspondence, and that's not really my job. My job is to get on the phone with these guys, get them booked with the sales team. That's my job. That's probably 80% of my job, is to do that. So the first week or so, I got hung up a little bit on learning HubSpot, because I spent a ton of time learning Close.io, and with this company, they know HubSpot, or they use HubSpot. So it took me a little bit to ramp up to that. I listened to about 6 or 7 sales calls, which are about an hour long each. And then I went back to all the correspondence in Slack from the sales team, all the way back over the past year, to get an idea of their conversations that they're having with each other, with prospects, all this kind of stuff, because you got to learn the language, you got to learn the lingo as fast as possible. Whew, that's a lot. So hopefully this helped you out, especially if you're thinking about becoming an inbound closer. If you're thinking this is too much, hey, I'm probably saving you thousands of dollars right now because you're thinking that this is too difficult. You want to know what difficult is? Look at this. Got a bit of a scratch last night in jiu-jitsu. Tried out my black gi, and it's pretty fun because I go with my son. And man, oh man, the drills that we had to do was crazy drills. Lots of Kimura arm locks, which are my favorite. I actually like shoulder locks. I almost call myself a chiropractor, if you will. So I like to manipulate people's shoulders. You know, if it's in place, I like to remove them, and I like to put them out of place. Anyways, I'm just going on a ramble right now, but I gotta take off. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. If you like this type of content, please send me a comment as well. Let me know if you like more inside details as to what is going on as I'm on my journey of becoming an inbound closer. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye.